Hi everyone, I'm the Canny Crafter, and today I am here to show you my prototype from book pages. Now it's essentially 6 book pages joined together and tied with some twine. And this was inspired by Eva at Bohemian Crafting. I love her style. She's so clever. She's an amazing woman. If you haven't watched any of her videos, go on over now. Don't care about mine, you need to see hers. Then you can always come back here. So what it is, we have 2 tags on the front attached to this twine. We have a tuck spot here. It opens up. We have this here for putting stuff in. We have a tuck spot up here. We have a flap down here. And as I say, a bit of twine attached around the back. Now today's video, I want to show you how to make this, if I can remember, because it's been a while. And also sort of get it to a finished product. I want to use some scrapbook papers, I want to do some sewing on the sewing machine and just see if we can make a truly finished piece. But the first thing you are going to need is book pages. And guess what I forgot to get out? Book pages. And this is not a video, but I had my glue book here. So let's just try it with this. So we need 6 book pages. 2. Oh, I don't think that didn't like ribbon. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now these are this is a different book to this one, so I may have to fudge it a bit, who knows. Now we want to take our 6 pages and turn them into 3 by gluing 2 together. So I'm just going to use Prit Stick for this, because as I say, I do want to stitch around, because I think that I'll just really finish it off and make it more durable. Now I do want to get the whole page, because some of them we will be cutting up. So just cover it in glue. And I always do, and I don't know if other people do this, the raw edge on the cut side. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. It's just something I do. Okay, and I'm going to do that for the other pages as well. So now our 6 pages have become 3. And what I'm next going to do is just sort of trim off. Do I want to trim off the raw edges? I don't think I do actually. I don't think it's going to matter because we're going to be covering it. So the next thing I need to do is attach 2 of these pages together like so to make one big sheet. And I'm just going to use the Prit Stick for this again. And you know what really helps with this? My little bone folder. And these little edges haven't stuck, so let's just get those. That was that weird page. Now nextly, that's not a word. Hang on, I'll get rid of this. Now, we want to make the tuck spot on the side, or the side flap, or whatever it is. So we are just going to push this over. And flatten it. Now if you don't have a bone folder, you can just use the handle of your scissors, but I found with these scissors the black colour transfers, so maybe try it out on some scrap paper before you commit. But this I got free with a craft magazine, and I also have a proper big bone folder that I got from Amazon, so they're not that hard to come by. So I'm not going to glue anything down as yet, because as I say, I want to figure out how to sew it together, where my stitching should be. So we're just literally mocking it up with folds. So now we want to pull it over so the two ends meet, and push down, and essentially that is our spine. Oh, a spine? Could this be made into an actual, like, a traveller's notebook? I think we could, you know, add a signature. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So it's a little bit bigger than that one, but that's okay. More room to play with. Okay, now we want to make this flap. So we have to figure out how wide we want it. So I don't know if you can see, there is the sign, the spine should I say, and we want to come in from that just a smidge. Actually, I'll come in a smidge more than that. I'll come in a smidge more than a smidge, if that makes any sense. Don't know if it's doing or not. Okay, keep that, we're going to need it in a minute. And now I know I want to make a flap for it to flip up with. Like so. And that's going to stick to the back. And then we want it to come up, I'm going to say about halfway. So again, just cut that down. Keep that. And there we have our flap. Again, I'm not sticking anything down yet. We'll just leave that there. Then this bit that we cut off from the top of the flap, we're going to turn it and cut diagonally in half. And these will become our tuck spots. On the inside, oops, it stuck to my fingers, on the inside and the outside. Okay, you following with me so far? Now with what is left of this, I am going to try and straighten up this edge, just because this one's really raggedy. Better. I'm going to fold it in half, unfold it, cut it where that crease line is, stick one on top of the other. This is just so we can quickly snip off the edges. And make them into a tag. Well, two tags. And essentially, that is our basis for our portfolio. So the next thing I want to do is, we'll put those to one side. We're going to leave them till the very end. Put them over there. Is figure out how I want to stitch all of this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is stitch along here, okay, and in a U shape here. The first thing I'm going to do. I'm saying that again to myself because I'm just thinking it over again. No, you know what? I'm going to stitch all the way around this. I'm going to pull the flap down and stitch all the way around it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back. So I don't know if you can see because the thread colour is pretty close. I don't know if it's going to focus. So I've just stitched on this straight edge here. Remembered to pull that flap down and I've stitched all the way around there. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this, put some glue on that flap and attach that to the bottom there, like that. And don't worry about this here. I'm not. Can you see that? It's where the flaps come over. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down the diagonal lines of these tuck spots. So I'll go do that. So I've just stitched around those long diagonal edges, and now I'm going to ink all the edges with some distress ink, and this is antique linen. Now I'm just going to do the diagonals of these ones, don't need to worry about the edges. Do that? No, I'll do it all. Let's just do it all. So I was distressed around all of those edges. Now I think I'm going to glue in. Do I want to? I'm deciding whether I need to lay paper down first and then attach these. I think I will. Okay. So if we just do these two inside bits and cover these bits, and then I can get all that stitched together. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I pulled in this whimsical pastels pad. I've had it for years. There's not much left, in all honesty. I think that's probably the reason why I pulled it in. And I'm not going to be bothered about what bits I use where, just as long as they fit. You know what I mean? Let's just use them up. Let's just use them up. Pull in my paper cutter again. And don't do what I do and leave your blade hanging out. It's very bad. That's how injuries happen. I've lost the other mark. Oh, hang on. That's it, I found it. Ooh, that made a nice diffused glow, didn't it? see if this fits. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to now go around this with tattered rose. Not tattered lace, which is what I always want to call it. And the other thing about using scrapbook paper versus, say, a digital print is I only have printer paper. I don't have any like cardstock with the printer. So this is really going to beef up our book pages. I actually just started watching a tutorial with Gail Agustinelli, and she's just using scrapbook paper to make a whole journal, like the cover and everything, and she's doubled it up. And it's they call it paper, but it's a cardstock. I think I should have done that really. Hang on, let's see if we can rescue it. Yep, rescued it. We have that there. Oh no, look what happened. Actually, you know what I found? Let's see if it works. This is one of those sticker eraser rubbers. Sometimes it lifts the ink off. Oh well, we'll just stick something over it. Must be. Okay, now we could use the other side of that for that flap. I don't think I want hearts. That's quite nice. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm just going to go away, finish covering everything, and then I'll be back again. So I've covered the front. No, that's, yep, the front. This tuck, the insides, this flap, and before I cover the back, I'm going to add my twine. Such a funny word to say, twine. This is white with gold flecks. You can use whatever you want. And I'm just going to do enough to wrap around and then some. So move it in the back like that. Cut off a length. Ah, I've got a tassel on my top and I keep catching it. So I'm going to glue this down with, make sure I get the right glue, with 3-in-1, and just right across the middle, eyeballing it. And get the middle of the string, which apparently is harder than it looks. And just set that over there. Make sure your tails are to either side, and then I'm going to take the paper. Which side do I want? I quite like the plain side. Should I do that? No, let's do the flowers. And I'm going to use the 3-in-1 for this as well, just because it's going over that twine. And I think I'll just put a bit of glue there as well, for good measure. And just position it down. Need some tissue. press it firmly over where that string is, because we don't want it lifting off. Okay, and that is that. So the next thing I want to do is, I've already covered my triangle pockets. I'm going to go over there like that. I wanted to make some little pockets to go here, so we could put a little something in, and I thought that could be good for writing on. And I also want to do a pocket on the back, so we could put some goodies in there. So to create these pockets, so we'd know the pockets, and so it's easier for stuff to get in and out of. And I forgot to get it out. I'm going to use a circle punch. This is a 1-inch punch, I think. Yeah. And just approximate the centre. And we're just going to put a little notch in. Whee! Like that. And the same with the other one. Which way up? That way up. That one went in my hair. I'm just going to ink around those. And I think I'm also may go and run around these on the sewing machine. I think I am. So I will go and do that. So I've sewn around those. Not the neatest job. The curves are really hard to do. And I'm just going to stick them in with the PVA. Now remember, it's a pocket. So we're going to do the U shape. Left, right, bottom. Make sure I put this in the right place. Now I'm just wondering if I'm doing this the right way, because I want to stitch around it. I'm wondering if I should have stitched around it and then put that pocket on. I know I can definitely put this pocket on because it's already stitched around. So again, 3 sides. And while the glue is out, I'm going to glue these 2 edges here and stick this pocket down. I'm going to stick this down here. That one's popping up. Can we see? No. Way out frame. I've even got a bit of washi tape there and I was still past it. And then this bit here. There's my pin. So as I say, I feel like I should have done a prototype before I did this. On camera. But hey ho, it's all part of the learning curve. I mean, I know I did a prototype, I mean like a finished piece prototype. So I think I am going to stitch around here. That'll also hold that glue stick. Stitch around here, and then is that all the stitching I want to do? think it is. Yep, definitely. So I will go and do that. I will say, when you're sewing it, be mindful of your strings and your flaps. You want to make sure that flaps down and that these strings are never going to get run over by the sewing machine. So this is it all stitched. Not the neatest job, but you know what? We're not looking for perfection. Well, I'm not, because I'll never get there. So, we have this, and this ties like this. And you know what I forgot to do? Cover my little tags. So, to do them, I think I'm going to take this paper. Actually, we could use that bit up. I'm just seeing what other little bits that are sort of plain that we could use up. Pencil. And these are going to go on the back. I think I'm just going to do it there like that and leave that bit of font, that text there. Oh, look at that, that's the perfect size. That's 2 little scraps made into 2 more little scraps. I'm trying to tidy as I go. So, I'm going to ink. So we'll do these in the pink. I'm still undecided if it's a dodgy ink pad, a dodgy sponge, or just a very subtle pink. And I'll do the tags in the antique linen, same as we did the wallet thing, portfolio, folder, file. Do both sides of those while I'm here. Now, white glue. Oops. I don't know what I'm going to do on one of these tags yet. So just a little extra spot to make a little something. On the front. And also we need to punch some holes. Trusty old crocodile. I'm going to take the bigger one. Actually, I can do both at once. Punch a hole through there. The only thing with those crocodiles, it takes ages to get them little bits out. So we'll string these through here. That's essentially our prototype jazzed up a bit. So I think I'm going to leave it here for now because it seemed like a lot. Oh, and there's somebody at the door. 2 seconds. So as I say, I think I'll leave it there for now. Let's just have another little. So it opens up. We have our tags on the front. This I want to decorate, I know that much, and I want to make something to go in the pocket. This I want something to go in here. I want something to go in here. This can be for writing on. Something to go in the pocket here, which apparently is not sticking. Good job, I checked that. And then under, something to go in here. So I will have a ponder of what we can do next video. I'm just tying this up because that's half the fun of it. Okay, my little tags. Oh, you can push them in there to stop them from floating around. And I'll see you next time. Bye.